Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Tonight is another installment of Northeast Kansas Sorcerer Edition. Tonight, a couple of the players have gotten word and invitation of a party happening up on the Kansas University happening at, well, honestly, one of the frat houses, but it's being sponsored by multiple different frat houses and sororities, and they've opened invitations up even to the public. Officially, the dress is casual, and there will not be alcohol present, because they do expect minors to show. Because this is for the students, the faculties, and friends and family of the students and faculty.
And community. Don't forget the community. It's open. It's an open invitation to everyone.
Yeah. Like I said, friends and family. Friends is a loose term.
All right, Puka.
Yeah. It officially starts at 6 p.m.
And what time is it in game?
It's about 6 p.m.
Okay, awesome. So, shall we say that that Lillian, Sky, and Eric are pulling up?
Sounds good.
Eric's got his bag with him.
Guy's kind of looking out of the corner of his eyes, making sure he doesn't see no dragon flying up.
Eric looks super fucking uncomfortable.
It's all right because Lillian also looks uncomfortable.
Sky seems to be the only one who looks comfortable because he's been stuck in these situations before.
Let's go take the Euthanatos out to a party, guys. It'll be fun.
Well, yeah, you've got to celebrate the start of the school year, which happens tomorrow during the day of the eclipse.
Yeah, Guy will kind of like clap his hands together. I know you don't like being here, Eric, but both you and Lillian kind of need to open up a little bit more.
Better get
Sorry.
that condescending tone out of your voice before I come across this fucking chair.
He
Okay,
smiles.
we've asked that we not. Okay, look, if you want to turn up, it's not happening in this car. Is that understood?
I know. Wait till we get out.
All right. I'm not okay with this happening in my car.
You're
And
telling
we're-
me to get the condescending tone out of his fucking voice, then.
He's just smiling.
And he's gonna keep okay. Okay.
So, sorry for the condescending tone.
So, as you'll arrive, there are quite a few vehicles.
Can I just go ahead and flavor that I'm already there since I
Yeah.
live near the campus?
Yeah, there's already a bunch of vehicles parked, both in the parking lot not far from there, along with all up and down the street around it. You'll probably have to, park a couple buildings away just to get a parking spot. Gotta love those walks. So I would like some perception or witnesses from everyone, though.
Oh, hey, this is Karina. Oh, that's not a good sheet to have open right now.
Oh.
My alertness is in the jar.
Well, damn! I had no dice, and bam!
What do cute senses apply to this?
Smell.
No, I don't. I have
Oh. There we go.
Oh damn! It's that Pentax stuff.
Ooh.
I hope that
Oh, yeah. Hey, does detail-oriented count as a spec?
Yes.
Then I have 7 successes.
Okay.
This guy has 2.
Um, starting from the bottom up. Well, actually, I'll give the obvious. So there's already a bunch of people here. Obviously, some loud music playing. Because, oh, great. Get a bunch of college-age students together to start the year and throw a celebration and not expect loud music. Amazing.
as long as it's not country, I'm fine.
No.
Kansas, it's probably country.
Actually, that part of Kansas is a lot of rock and hip hop
Oh, hip hop.
and rap.
That's okay.
So,
Actually, Lillian can get down with hip hop and rap. She can get down with that. She's all right with that, depending on who it is.
so as y'all are coming up, person at the least.
Is me.
I have 2. You don't. You
I know.
have.
Shh,
Okay.
shh.
Hold on.
So, other than the loud music and the punch and sodas they've got, everything seems fine to Robert. To Sky, there is a slight sweet smell that seems to be permeating the house. Permeating out from around the building. For Eric, it's almost sickly sweet. Or something. And for Lillian, it's actually pretty pungent, sickly sweet smell. It's like the smell is just too sweet.
Like sweet and
Like liquid diabetes.
Actually, Chris, that would be someone who hasn't been taking their medication and is in one of the later stages of diabetes. They actually smell sickly sweet.
Yeah, it smells almost like that.
Lillian is gonna say that doesn't smell good. Anyone else catch that?
I did. Ugh. Why is it so sweet smelling over here?
You're asking this question when there are a bunch of college-aged girls here.
Oh, they probably coated the building with vanilla spray.
Yeah, I remember those days. And oh, look, there's enough Axe body spray here to tranquilize an elephant. That's fun.
I don't think I've smelled this much since I walked through the mall the other day and almost passed out next to Abercrombie and Fitch.
There's probably more cologne and Axe body spray here than Abercrombie and Fitch in the mall.
You're better off just going to Bath and Body Works and just shoving your head in one of the displays.
Yeah, probably even more than Bath and Body Works displays, to be honest. With that sickly sweet overtone.
Yeah. So Lillian will say, well, guys, shall we check it out?
Sky will shrug and he'll say, "Just mind the migraines."
I got it if we need it.
So, I assume y'all are going in?
Yep.
Okay. So, set up inside. Basically right as you come in and in a couple different rooms, there are tables that are set up that have bowls of wrapped candy, and it's mostly hard candy like Jolly Ranchers, Gobstoppers, Warheads, along with sodas, just your like Coke, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, diet stuff.
What's the popping candy?
Pop Rocks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's some of that too. I assume y'all would probably at least try and take note of what candies they've got, or would you?
Yeah.
Roll perception
Yeah,
awareness.
Okay.
Okay.
3. They have candy.
Would acute senses apply?
Yes.
I've also got 3.
I'm the lowest with 1.
With one stuff, they've got a huge variety of different hard candies. And then those of y'all that got 3 and 4 successes, got enough. You notice there's mixed in with all those other candies. They've got a hard candy that's almost like a sucker or a cough drop, but minus the stick. That's in a purple wrapper with the blue letters of NFC. One second.
NFC? Okay. Oh, he's gonna point. While that's happening,
go ahead, Tim. I was going to do an intro of my character because I'm not with your group.
Oh yeah, I was actually gonna say let's go ahead and link up with Robert.
Okay. So Robert is actually standing near the candy table. It looks like he has a handful of some of this purple candy, some Warheads, and a couple bags of Pop Rocks. And if you actually get near him, he doesn't smell sweet. He smells... I don't know how to describe it. He smells like not necessarily soap, but cleaner. And he is dressed in a white lab coat, and he has his name badge on the front. Underneath his white lab coat, he's in blue jeans and black tennis shoes with a t-shirt that has a logo on it. But you guys can't quite see the logo.
Okay. Unless anyone else wants to interact with this man, please. Lillian is pretty curious about the lab coat in such a casual setting. So she'll kind of start to inch up towards him and speak up and say, on your way back from an experiment?
He kind of turns at you, and his eyes light up as he says, "Oh, hello there. Are you a new student? Should I be expecting you for one of the courses that Dr. Anderson is going to be teaching this year?"
Okay, yeah, no, Lillian's gonna blush, and she's gonna say, "No, I'm not a student. I'm actually a teacher."
Oh, really? Well, nice to meet you. And he puts out his hand to shake it. And he gestures with his other hand to his name badge. I'm just a teacher's assistant. Hopefully, we'll meet each other soon. In the field.
Depending on what you typically assist with.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My name is Lillian Dark.
Nice to meet you, Lillian. I'm Robert Pritchard. I'm over in the biology and genetics lab. I've been working with CRISPR. Are you familiar with any of the studies that have come out of that?
Yes, I'm familiar with a little bit of it. It's interesting that you're getting to work with that.
So what do you do?
Well, right now I'm just I'm a computer literacy teacher.
A computer literacy teacher?
Yes.
Are you sure we need those type of people in this day and age?
You'd be quite surprised.
I've heard stories from many of my students, and he kind of just gets a weird look on his face and chuckles and says, I guess not my students, per se. Saying that they've had their sons and daughters at the age of 3 just pick up their phone and unlock it and start playing on it.
Yes, that's definitely it's definitely a much more common occurrence now.
I guess you help the older generation then.
Yes, typically. Or just
Sky will notice that Lillian is just talking up a storm with this guy over there, Robert Pritchard, and he'll kind of walk over and see like if everything's okay.
Yeah. Now,
hello.
considering. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I just said hello.
No, I was just gonna say, considering that obviously gay is on Robert's overlay, I'm assuming that Sky's gaydar goes off immediately.
Yeah.
At which point, Robert will kind of, his eyes will light up again, and he'll turn to the newcomer and say, "Oh, hello there. Are you a student? I was just talking with one of our new teachers here, our new staff."
Sky kind of glances over at Lillian, and then he glances back over at Robert, and he says, yeah, I'm going to school, but not quite here."
Oh, interesting. May I ask where you're going to school at?
I don't know the name of it out of character, but insert depressing secondary school, or insert depressing college there.
Yeah, it's the community college in the city, out of character.
Okay. So he'll say, "Oh, I'm not quite familiar with that place. I've heard quite a bit about it. I know a few of our mid-range students, our sophomores and juniors, transfer from over there, and they tend to take courses with me and Dr. Anderson. So, are you going to be transferring here anytime soon?"
I plan to, but I just recently started going to college over at the community college, so it might be a little while.
Oh, really? May I ask what's your direction you're going?
I was thinking about more for communications or business.
Communications, business, both are really good fields. Interpersonal, or are you looking more at the, God, what do you call them? Communications, long-range communications, or what are you thinking about? And what type of business degree are you trying to pursue?
Okay, probably, I don't really know a whole lot about it, but he'll kind of shrug, and then he'll say, well, maybe managing small businesses.
Oh,
I don't know what. I still need to ask a little bit more about to the counselor, but.
Well, it sounds like, and he turns and gestures back to the person who was just talking to you. Out of character, I forgot her name. sorry,
Lillian.
Lillian, and say, well, Lillian, I guess you're going to have a new student sometime soon.
Current student. She smiles to Sky. And she will, she'll say, he's doing a very good job too.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Well, I hope you keep your grades up. College is quite vicious.
Yeah, it's definitely keeping my time. He just smiles. By the way, out of character, you probably have seen Sky's face, but you can't quite place it.
Were you in the intro scene, out of character? Was Sky in the intro scene that I did coming in?
No, he didn't even. You don't even know his name.
Okay. Robert will kind of just snap his fingers and look at Sky and say, do I know you from somewhere? You look pretty familiar.
Maybe we passed each other on campus. I've looked over here before. I sometimes go to the park. I like going to the library.
Well, have you ever gone to the biology lab?
No. Anyway, he'll just kind of smile. He's like, I'm Aaron Price, by the way. And he hands out his hand.
Aaron Price. Well, nice to meet you. I am Robert Pritchard. I'm a teacher's assistant over here at this college. I currently work in the biology and genetics department. I've been working with the CRISPR gene editing. Are you familiar with it?
I haven't really gotten into science before, but it sounds interesting.
You really should get into science. It's a very interesting field, very deep. There's many things about the human body that we still don't know about.
Hold on. Out of character, do we want to see about introducing Butler's character?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Out of character, please feel free to continue.
Okay.
The person with more nuanced perception in the scene says, please continue.
Okay.
So, Robert, what made you want to pursue your field?
I just had penchants for biology.
So you went into it because you were good at it?
Yes. It was a field I liked. There was a few other fields that I was really good at, but they weren't quite a match for me. So I decided to focus in on biology, and I haven't looked back. It's really a nice field. It's really great.
That's understandable. I hope you thrive.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I certainly hope I do as well. Just a side question, and he'll pick out one of the purple candies. Do you know what this is? It's the first time I've seen it, and I kind of don't want to try it because knowing those seniors, they can be quite pranksters.
Sky will smile.
That's definitely a worry. She'll check out one of those purple candies.
Maybe they put laxatives in it or something.
Yes.
He'll open one up and just kind of inspect the candy.
With the candy unwrapped and right there in your hands, it smells sickeningly sweet, like raw sugar, like almost like pure unadulterated raw sugar. And it is a deep purple color, about the color of my bottle, where it's almost black and it's purple.
Damn. All right, then.
Does damn it, not Lucy. Fuck.
Lillian?
Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Does Aaron actually sniff the candy?
No, he doesn't sniff it. He's just looking at it and inspecting it. It's just so strong of a smell.
I mean, based on the smell, it's so potent, you don't have to get right next to it to sniff it.
Yeah.
Already failed my perception check, so.
Oh no, when he unwrapped it, you smell it.
Oh.
It's a pungent, sickeningly sweet smell.
Well, that's.
Sky will just kind of look over at both of them and be like, ugh.
It's, like unwrapping it has the same level of strength of, like a 3 or 4 second burst of axe.
Robert was saying, well, that's pretty odd. Huh. Well.
Ooh. Hey, Chris, I have a weird idea.
Okay.
Considering Lillian has no idea that she has any kind of woojie shit going on with her, mind if she gets an accidental precog roll?
Okay, let me pull that up. Just that way I know mechanics of it. Why I didn't pull this up to begin with, I don't know. Apparently because I hate myself.
So while Chris is doing that, I'll continue what I was saying. This is
Yeah, go
this is pretty strange. I'm not into biochemistry or chemistry for that matter, but I'm kind of curious what compound they're using for the sweetener. It doesn't smell like high fructose corn syrup. It smells more like cane sugar. But it can't be that because it smells way too sweet.
It's kind of off the charts. I don't.
Okay, yeah, you can make a
Perception.
Could be fermented.
There's your character
actually
action.
say that?
Yeah, I said the last thing too.
What was the last thing you said? Because I would have
That
reacted to that.
you don't have to get close to it to sniff it. You just need to be in the same area.
Oh.
All right. Hey, there's 2 successes.
Yeah, Tim, I'm just going to go ahead and let you do your thing before I do mine.
All right. I have a very quick question. Person who I don't know. Does your character actually look like Gordon Freeman?
No,
Okay. I needed to get that out the way.
I'm okay with that.
Sky will probably approach this unassuming man who mentioned something about the candy. Do you know anything about this? Does he remember him at all from that night that where like Michael was doing all that precog and we were talking about Cody?
I mean, the smell seems to be wafting about everywhere on campus. Seems to be strongest around the axe shop.
Hello there. Are you a new student?
No,
No.
it's strongest around the axe shop. It's strongest around this frat house, which smells heavily of axe and shit. Well, axe.
My
and
bad.
Bath and Body Works and other people's colognes and.
Abercrombie and Fitch.
I mean, it's potent enough. I can smell it over Cologne. And, we're on campus. It reeks everywhere.
Are you
Yeah.
seriously going to ask everyone you meet if they're a new student?
Sky kind of smiles at when Eric says that.
Yeah. Upon noticing Eric, Robert will actually take a step back, and his smile will falter a little bit.
Eric will roll his eyes. Like, don't get your hopes up. I'm not here for you. I don't even want to be here. And also, no, I am not a new student here.
I'll help you enjoy yourself.
Sky feels bad, but he's actually laughing whenever Eric said that.
No knife play required.
I don't even like knives. Great swords are my personal favorite.
Well, we do have fencing here. I'm pretty sure you can get into that.
Yeah, fencing. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I just popped in for that little quip right there of if you're gonna ask every fucking person if they're a new student. Anyway, go on with your conversation before.
Well, back to my original question. Does anyone know what this candy is?
Have you tried eating it and finding out?
As we previously mentioned, I think it's a senior prank. I don't know why, or what it even is.
Sky will kind of look at the candy, and then he'll kind of look back at him, and he's like, these are some pretty elaborate seniors if they're making their own type of candy just for a party.
You have no idea. The ag department really gets up and makes a lot of things. Have you tried the canned grapes yet? The canned grape jelly? I hear it's muscadine.
I'll take a piece and give it a lick.
So tasting it, it's got a very sweet taste to it. I will roll your perception alertness as well. See how much details you get. So it's got a super sweet taste to it. And has a moderately subtle undertone of a couple different fruits. You at least notice the grape, hint of orange, coconut mixed in it.
What the hell?
That'd actually be a pretty interesting flavor.
Nah, I got lost on the coconut. That's too sweet, man.
Sky, seeing that this man was able to just lick the candy, he looks at the one that he opened up and just pops it in his mouth.
Okay. So roll your perception alertness for taste.
Two successes.
Okay, so you'll notice the super sweet taste, along with some moderate undertones of grape, orange, and coconut.
Chris, I actually have a couple of questions for you. First off, this character has pharmacopoeia poisons as a knowledge. Additionally, he has alchemy.
Which figuring out the ingredients in something would require you to set down a sample of it in a lab.
Yeah.
We're on a campus. How hard would it be for me to get into the chemistry lab?
Not very, but it requires you leaving and coming back.
If you want to test it later, that's...
Yeah, Yeah.
You brave souls. I hope nothing
Yeah.
bad happens to you.
Yeah, Lillian is gonna look around and be like, guys, I'm not sure it's the best idea to go popping things in our mouth that we're not quite sure on, especially if we're sus about them.
If anything
I think you
happens
are
to
probably
him,
the only one on this campus who would ever be worried about such a thing.
What do you mean by that? Anyways, I was about to say that I can go to a chemistry lab and attempt to find out and suss out the ingredients to this.
I mean, from what I understand, that takes a lot of time, and
At the
well,
very least, I could, attempt to see if it's, harmful to eat or if it, causes diarrhea.
Well, I mean, he popped one in his mouth. If he starts dying or pooing everywhere, wouldn't be that out of place for a campus, so it won't look that suspicious, and we'll know. Don't touch it.
Sky will like start clutching his stomach. He's like, "Oh no, I'm convulsing."
But since it seems to be most pungent about this frat house, maybe we should look about here more.
I'm actually very sorry. I never caught your name.
Who's addressing me?
She's addressing your character, Austin.
Lillian is.
Yeah.
I apologize. I don't remember who's who.
Oh, okay. You see the black woman that keeps coming up on the screen? You see her?
No.
Are you on your phone?
Yes.
Oh,
There we go. Timothy.
Yes. I, and by extension, my character, as the black woman on the screen, is currently speaking to your character, however he or she may look, and
I
asking what
look like a older grad student, and I'm wearing a old-fashioned coat. Anyway, my name's Alistair. I was a history student here, but I've long since graduated.
Oh, well, then it's good to meet you, Alistair. My name is Lillian.
Nice to meet you.
Ah, an alumni. I didn't know you were an alumni. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Anyway, saw it was open campus again. Figured I'd come to the place one last time before I leave off for better pastures.
Well, it's nice to have you.
I know, I'm about to go back out. Get a little bit of.
Hi, Rick.
So, how best should we proceed here? As you all stare at me awkwardly.
Let's do some good
Not
old-fashioned
all.
Google Foo and see what happens. Lillian is going to grab one of the wrappers and look up. She's just going to Google NFC and see what fucking happens.
So, NFC, how many pages are you just gonna Google NFC?
Yeah, fuck it.
You just get bombarded with information about near field communication.
Okay, that's fair. Does the acronym bring anything up for her? Does it ring any bells?
Near field communication or NFC?
NFC.
The only thing that you'd really be familiar with that uses NFC is the near field communication.
It's the first 100 pages.
Then NFC is also used on the internet for no further comment, no flipping clue, and no fat chicks.
Lily has used all three of those. She has used all three of those before.
Guy will turn on his small phone and he'll look up NFC Candy Company.
Well, if you guys will excuse me, I can go figure this out. I don't think anybody here is quite my type. And, of course, no fraternization with other teachers or students.
So as far as NFC Candy Company, you get pretty much a jumbled mix of near-field communication, and a couple different candy companies like Gianio's Chocolate and Candy, It's Sugar, Candy Smart Touch, all from a bunch of different web sources.
I'll pull out my phone and I'll Google candies that are composed of grape, orange, and coconut.
So with that, there's a couple candies. There are candy sticks by Oh Nuts, some designer candies by Flavor Life. Another's a liquid candy by Weber Flavors. And at one point in time, Jelly Belly had that combination of flavors as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Jelly Beans had that flavor at one time. Because, ugh.
Actually, no, she's gonna check around for people that having this candy and how they're reacting as things go on.
So you'll notice several of the people who you can actually give me a perception alertness. It's a combo of sight and smell, so either bonus works if you got the difficulty drop.
2 successes.
Okay, so you'll notice a couple people that seem to have that sweet smell that's kind of coming off them. They seem to be milling about in the party. So they seem to be largely sticking to the dance floor, and they seem to be almost fascinated not by dancing, but by the other people dancing and by the light.
By the way, does Sky feel anything? Because he's just been eating this candy for a little bit.
It's only been about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Give it about 30. Don't worry.
Yeah, OOC edibles take longer to take effect. This is a known fact.
Yep.
Hell, drugs take at least 30 minutes to get into your system.
Yep.
Okay, so Lillian is gonna see this and she's gonna turn and be like, Aaron, be very careful. Let us know if you experience any changes, okay?
Will do.
It's like some people here are looking like they may have taken something. I don't know if it's the candy. I don't know if it's something else that they took.
Sky will kind of smile and he'll say, "It's fine. I'm already been eating this, so if anybody can be a guinea pig to figure out what's going on, I can be a guinea pig."
I'd rather not think about it like that, but all right.
I mean, it's as good a method as any to find out what's going to happen.
Besides, I have faith in Eric. Eric's pretty good at figuring out if somebody's sick.
My worry is soon it'll be painfully obvious.
He kind of shrugs and he says, "Well, I'm hoping for the best."
I know what else I can do. Hey, Chris, out of character question. Who is running this event?
The event is officially being ran by the frat house as a collective. Like the people in the frat house is hosting it, but it's being sponsored by several of the frat houses and sororities.
So, no actual faculty involvement?
Just the heads of the frat houses and sororities, which are generally sponsored by faculty.
Okay.
Sky will just kind of go and get a cup of soda too.
Lillian would shout out she wouldn't shout this out. She'd let Aaron know before he left. She'd just say, be careful you don't get something with like an open top. Make sure you get like a bottle or a can or something.
He looks over and he says, "I think I see a can or two."
Yeah, Chris said there were sodas out, and I assumed there would be bottled water, at least.
Yeah.
He'll get a can and pour it into a cup. Anything else of note in the room? Like, is there anybody that seems interesting? Do you mean to roll perception alertness?
1 second while I'm getting bombarded with questions at the same time.
Okay.
I'm answering questions in the order in which I received them. Please wait. Okay. As far as interesting people in and about, the most notable, throw me a perception alertness site-based.
Okay.
Who's doing this?
Steven?
Okay.
4 successes. Four dice, 4 successes. Hey!
Okay, so the really notable people that you notice is a couple of people who are on the dance floor seem to be watching the people, watching the lights. You know, and a couple of them seem to be more fascinated by the colors and lights than they are even by the movement of people. Like they seem to be distracted by watching the lights and the shadows being cast by the people moving. Kind of basically. Oh wow! Mode. And including a couple of the jocks and cheerleaders.
Is there anything interesting about the lights at all? Like,
Not particularly.
okay. He's seriously questioning his life decisions, popping the candy in his mouth now. And he just kind of walks over to the group. With soda in hand.
How are you feeling right now, Aaron?
I still feel right as rain.
Looks over at the people all weirding out and shit. Looks back to Aaron and says, if you get too worried, we can purge that candy out of your system, but you probably aren't going to like how.
He smiles. He's like, well, this is a frat house. They probably just took something. Hopefully it wasn't the candy. He crosses his fingers.
Actually, let's see if anyone here knows. This is gonna get all right. Lillian's gonna start going into the crowd. Looking for anyone that's like super fucking high.
Yeah, some of the higher people would be one of the people wearing a football jersey, actually a couple of them, along with a couple of the cheerleaders. All easily recognizable because, well, identifiable.
Yep. she'll walk up to one of the jocks.
Okay.
She'll-
Following behind.
okay. All right. Lillian will just tap. No, she won't do that. She's not going to touch them yet. But she will say, hey, excuse me.
You know, and he'll when you wouldn't touch him, he'd be like, "Whoa, hi,
Hey, are you doing okay, brother?
doing great."
You're looking pretty wobbly. Do you have something?
Have a bunch of stuff in the candy bowl.
Do you have that purple stuff?
I don't know.
This guy side glances over at Lillian.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Just grabbing and popping in my mouth.
How long was it?
Joke's not gay.
How long has it been since you dived into the candy?
I don't know. About maybe an hour ago. So.
Lillian
This guy
looks
looks
back
at
over
himself.
All right. Well, thank you. Just make sure to drink plenty of water and don't drive under the influence.
Well. Okay.
She nods.
This guy pops the candy out of his mouth and puts it into the wrapper. What little is left, because it's probably mostly dissolved.
Yeah, it actually dissolves relatively quick.
Oh yeah, so he wouldn't be able to spit it out. He already ate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it would actually dissolve in under like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, Lillian will come back. Yeah, all that some of these people had was just the candy, and they're already getting like this. How's it been, girl? Looks over at the purple stuff.
Maybe it was just some bad candy. Maybe like I'll be fine. He's saying with a sheepish grin, like. Then he kind of shrugs and he says, "Well, it looks like they're having fun, so I might as well just write it out, I guess."
I mean, or I could fix it. It's kind of what I do.
True.
Yeah, but we'll have to get somewhere safe if you want to do some kind of detox cure or something like that.
I mean, it would take like a couple seconds, maybe a minute, depending on how long. It won't take that long.
That's not really a thing. Well, I'm not sure what. She just looks confused at Eric, because detoxing doesn't take that long.
Yes, it does work like that.
This guy's kind of like blinking, like.
I have some things which make it go faster. Let's put it that way.
Eric has a lot of medical experience.
Okay, that's fair.
I wouldn't say a lot, because I'm probably one of like the youngest people in this room. So
Well, you researched it a lot. He's kind of looking at Eric, kind of smiling.
Eric's got that look on his face like he totally knows what you're talking about, but he's just being a little shit. He'll just shake his head again and say, "No, didn't really do all that much research on it."
He's not giving himself enough credit. Sky will say.
Look, now we can debate alternative healing methods after we've solved this issue, whatever it is.
Okay. Fine. Do you want to write out the high, or do you want to get rid of it? He says, looking to Aaron.
He'll shrug and he's like, yeah, go ahead and heal me up.
He'll pull out a bag of, like, pretty much like a little pouch of herbs. It was really tiny. And I'll hand it over to Aaron and just say, stick this under your tongue.
He does that.
Time to roll some dice at ridiculously high fucking levels because... Thank you, Sorcerer.
I believe in you.
And I will make this kind of an extended roll. Unless 3 successes will do the job.
3
Your
successes.
10s don't explode.
3 successes is fine.
So yeah, like 3 to 6 seconds, however long you guys say it takes for your turns, because it's either like 3 or 6
The turn is
seconds.
3 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. So like pretty much as soon as you stick it in his mouth, Eric will just say, okay, take it out. You're good.
He'll take the herb out and he'll kind of be like, okay, I guess I just throw this away now.
I'm just saying, I laughed hardcore when you said that right then.
At what part? I said a lot of things.
I guess it's a whole spit or swallow type of thing.
Oh.
So Charles has the right idea.
Oh.
Sorry, I said
it's
that
a
out of
bag
character.
of herbs. Why you gotta
Sorry, I
make
said
it all a
that.
sex rule and shit? Like, damn. Some herbs, Jesus Christ. Unless you want to deep throat like a sage plant or some shit like that. Hell.
Start deep throating that lavender. Mm-mm-mm.
It's not recommended. Both plants are highly bitter, and I think the lavender is actually toxic.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
But I mean, hell, y'all were all like, oh, spit or swallow. Well, I mean, fine then. Deep throat the fucking plants if that's what you want to do.
Now Sky will spit out the herb.
Eric will just give him a thumbs up. Just be like, okay, you're good.
Hold on. Thanks.
No problem.
Lillian's probably not.
What do you mean she's not? She looks fine to me.
No, she's probably like not convinced out of character.
She absolutely is not convinced. She is the exact opposite of convinced.
Does it show on her face?
Yeah, it's that sus look of, motherfucker, you didn't even do anything. He just put a herb in his mouth and told him to take it out after 3 seconds.
Eric will just roll his eyes and say, another disbeliever. How fucking wonderful.
Another fucking homeopathy believer. Oh, wow, look at that.
The thing is mine actually works.
How? How'd it work?
The herbs.
The herbs that he had in his mouth for 3 seconds?
Yes, they're very potent.
Nothing is quite that potent. I'm sorry.
You'd be surprised if you didn't have such a closed imagination.
I really don't have a closed imagination.
Then why are you doubting
Everyone
this?
making claims without any real proof.
You want real proof?
Oh,
Wait another 30 minutes to 45 minutes and see if he gets high. When he doesn't, come back to me. And we'll talk.
Sky will kind of get in between them, and he'll be like, "We can just agree to disagree for right now. If it's proven later, it's proven later. It'll be fine."
Whatever.
Actually, I have a question. He'll walk up to somebody who's been there, and he's like, "Do you know who brought that candy in?"
I don't know, but we should definitely find out who, because I'm liking the LSD trip here.
But no, like Sky will actually walk up to one of the people over there and ask that too.
Who in particular are you asking? Are you asking like one of the jocks or one of the other people? What clique are you asking?
What fraternity are we in?
Don't ask me questions I don't know the answer to.
I will ask somebody that has that shirt, that is wearing a shirt that has that logo on it.
So you'll ask him, and he'll respond with, "Well, I don't know.
You didn't see anybody who brought the candy in? Do you know who might?
Whoever brought it in." Duh.
Sky will kind of like look sideways and then look at him and be like, "No, I'm serious. That stuff is awesome. If you know anybody who was here whenever they were bringing the candy and stuff in." By the way, Sky is wearing nice casual clothes. Like, there's still the name brand clothes that he had from his brother. Like, he has money or something.
Well, we set up the candy a couple hours ago, and I don't know, I noticed it like after people started arriving.
So you just noticed candy that you didn't have here previously?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wasn't long after people started arriving.
Anybody seem interesting? Like, anybody noteworthy?
What was that?
Anybody seem interesting, or do they seem kind of distinguishing features? Anybody strike as odd?
Roll perception alertness.
Successes.
Okay. So you notice a couple of the odd things. Obviously the some of the jocks and cheerleaders, along with a couple of the members of the other cliques that are out towards the dance floor that are starting to act strange. You also notice, the occasional couple of people who will go upstairs, generally in pairs.
Okay.
Really?
We may hear some thumping.
Bed
Over the
squeaking.
music? Yeah, right.
True.
Let that bass drop, guys. Sorry. It's about this time that Robert comes back. And he's carrying a backpack with him and a red 5-subject college ruled spiral notebook. You know, the really big notebooks? And he goes to the candy table and he starts picking out all the candy. All the purple, unidentifiable candy. And starts putting it in his backpack.
So, did you get any hints? Or no?
Nothing. All I found out was that it has some unidentified compounds in it, and it's slightly acidic, and that's about it.
Well, for sure, there is something similar to Morning Glory. From the feeling, it's LSD.
I don't think it's LSA or LSD. Both those compounds share similarities, and I didn't find either of those. So it's another hallucinogen compound, if that.
Okay, well, it's producing a similar effect. Maybe it is Morning Glory.
Maybe, but I didn't exactly have enough time to run extensive tests.
Maybe we should start getting this stuff out of here.
I kind of hold up the backpack and shake it a little bit.
Sky will say, I just asked one of the people who set up the party. The candy wasn't here when they set it up. It just appeared.
Yeah, I know. I called the head of this fraternity, and he said that somebody added the candy after the fact.
I have an idea. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
All right, hey, Chris.
Yeah?
What clique are you going to? Strikes a chord for me. So far, we've been talking to the preppy kids.
Yeah.
Lillian's hit up the nerds, who likely have not been doing anything during this party and just been watching things.
Yeah. Okay. Are you looking for an intoxicated looking one or a sober looking one?
Sober, for sure. Sober either or. Wants to see if she can get this answer.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll start with sober first.
You'll manage to find one. There's a couple of them here, so.
Hey, guys, excuse me?
Hey? You know,
Hey,
what's up?
not too much. How are you guys enjoying yourselves?
Fairly all right. I mean, not particularly thing here, but decided to come anyways.
I'm much the same way. This wasn't my preferred way to spend the night, but It's not the worst. I did have a question for you, though. Did you see that weird purple candy over there? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
You do?
I didn't see it. I mean, a couple of guys brought it in earlier, about 5:30, 5:45-ish.
Okay. Were they from another frat or something?
Not anyone I recognized, and they looked too old to be part of a frat. I'd say they're in their 30s.
So, you mean they could have been faculty?
Could be, but I didn't recognize them.
Would you recognize faculty if you saw them then?
Yep.
She nods. All right. Okay, cool. Well, thanks, dude. Also, we're gonna have some character development happen out of character. Thing's gonna turn. This nerd looks super bored, doesn't he?
Yeah, kind of.
She's just gonna look to the nerd and say, "Real talk, as someone that's in the similar position as you, if you're not having fun at the party, fuck the party.
Yeah.
Do something that you enjoy. Yeah." And she will leave on that. She'll find one of the super high nerds, see if they know a little bit more.
So you'll notice, one of the high nerds that is like, wow, and looking around and actually seems to be almost enraptured by his surroundings.
Hey, excuse me?
Hi.
Hey, you look like you're having a good time. That,
Yeah. Kinda am.
did you take something to get like that?
Tried some of the candy someone brought in. Yeah.
You
Had
know,
like 2.
all right. Do you know who brought it in?
Guys, don't recognize him from anywhere.
She'll look around. Chris, are there any cameras up in this place?
With frat house, yeah, there'd be a couple, not many.
She'll look around and say, all right. Then, thank you. And she'll disengage, come back to the group. Is there a camera pointed at the candy?
No.
Okay. Is there one pointing to any path that would be taken to the candy?
Entrances.
Okay, we'll have to go with that then. Lillian will come back and she'll say, all right, so here's what I found out. The candy was brought here about a half hour before the party started. I think that was already known. But also these men were in their 30s, and they definitely, at least by the people that I spoke to, they weren't recognized as faculty.
Sky will nod.
Now, there is a rudimentary security system here. So if we're able to talk to someone, may be able to see if we can't get some footage.
Where do they keep the footage at? Probably office. Maybe the main campus office?
Well, of course, if it's this rudimentary, it may just be the frats system. So they may have it localized here. That's if we're lucky, though.
Sky will nod.
Well, luck.
What?
I was just going to say, with all luck, we might be able to just convince someone to give us the hookup. Shall we?
Robert will actually just trail off into different rooms and continue what he's doing.
Okay. So yeah, Lillian's gonna look for.
Hold on, Lillian? It is Lillian, right?
Yes.
You were speaking with these folks. How long have some of them been here? How long has this party been going?
Lillian's gonna check her phone right quick. I'm assuming it's around 7.
It's about 7:30.
Party's been going for about an hour and a half. The first person I spoke to took the candy about an hour ago.
Okay.
Based on what I've been told, the candy came here before the party started.
So it could be that someone's looking to take advantage of the situation within the next 10 to 12 hours? What is going on here? Like, what's with this frat house?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Well, you would know that the party's being thrown to celebrate the start of the school year tomorrow, along with the eclipse tomorrow.
Sky's gonna look around the room. Is there anything that seems odd, not by the people, but like the room in general?
Roll perception alertness.
Okay.
It's a frat house.
Like rooms, anything like that. 3 successes.
So as far as odd going about, other than the people, the shocking lack of alcohol at a frat party.
Well, you did say it's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like 7:30.
So, I mean, that's still got another 2 hours.
Yeah. Before people start filtering out and no one will notice when you pop out the alcohol.
Right.
Yeah. So, Lillian is going to start looking for one of the actual frat members.
Okay.
Talk to the same one that I did, because you...
Yeah, so okay. So as you're going to go talk to the frat person, Charles is trying to do something upstairs. So Charles, talk to me on here because you're actually in a more interesting location for the second.
Oh boy.
I go around and look upstairs, and I'm looking for the bathroom, actually. I'm also looking in to see if any of the doors are cracked, open, and if they're closed, I listen at the door for a moment before moving on. I try and do this inconspicuously, so in case anybody walks up, I move on.
Yeah. So I actually need you to roll me perception alertness because you are listening and whatnot.
Oh, they're not moaning.
One success.
So I'll actually let the people downstairs make a perception alertness diff 9 hearing based. So you hear this as well.
Okay. I got 2 successes.
Woohoo!
If not,
Oh yeah, I'll roll for Butler because he can't roll. He's on his phone.
Thanks.
Yeah, I figured I should be nice and roll for you.
I got more successes than you when you're right next to the door.
Oh wow. Also, you got two. Well, seems like everyone downstairs is rolling 2 successes.
Man, you're deaf. You're right next to the door and you don't hear as much as us.
Okay, Tim, waiting on you, I think.
Oh, my bad.
Need that
I
purple
wasn't
alert
sure.
at 9 because you are
Oh,
downstairs.
purple.
Yep.
Diff 9. Let's do it.
Hearing based in case you got anything.
Oh wait, never mind. Kim, you only have you don't have any. You have 1 success.
Detail oriented now?
No, I have 2.
Diff 9.
I have acute senses.
Oh, okay.
Yep. She good.
So, detail orientated, yes, that would apply.
I have 2 successes then.
Okay, so everyone downstairs got 2 successes. So everyone hears this. The lovely sounds of a woman screaming as for Charles, she runs out one of the bedroom doors.
I immediately rush up there.
Yeah.
Same.
We're also, so y'all are going to be coming up the stairs, and we're going to be rolling for initiative. And I'm sorry, and it's turns is starting so late. And coming out of the room, well, coming out of the room's the woman dressed in, well, at this point, her underwear and bra, her panties and bra. We're gonna roll initiative, and then I'll describe what happens for everyone while they're running up the stairs. Hey, Charles, you get to be in the front.
Ooh.
Everyone loves being in the front of the initiative when you're, yeah. Okay. And evening, bro.
For once.
Dude, Man Bro got a high score. Awesome. Let's see how bad the cheerleader does. Or the girl.
As they're running up the stairs, Eric will be pulling out his greatsword.
Wow. The Dude Man Bro.
Wait, sorry. Did you just say great sword?
I did say he had his bag with him. It's like this big, massive gym bag.
Yeah.
I've said this before. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Like that's his. Yeah, that's his thing.
I think Sky would grab like a bottle on his way up.
What is Eric's Dex plus wits? Or
His dex is 4.
oh, okay, you got an 11. Okay, there's like 3 11s. Good God. There's like 3 11s, a 10, an 8, 2 13s.
Forget once I got a good roll.
As I forgot that this isn't vampire or werewolf where you're getting like 15, 16 regularly.
Yep. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So for y'all 3 11s, which one of y'all want to go first? I will let y'all decide if y'all don't have a particular order y'all want, or if y'all have one.
I'll go last. It's fine by me.
I'm fine with whoever has the higher, dex and then the wits.
I mean, I have,
What did I roll?
Actually, I think it'd actually go Eric, then Sky, then Robert, then Lillian, then Alistair. I'm sorry, Butler. It hated you for initiative. You've like the highest bonus for Dex.
That's okay.
The dice gem decided you wanted a 1.
That's okay.
Okay. So the bottom of the initiative is
I mean, I did just come off a 10-hour high.
okay, to speed things up, I'll go from the top of the initiative down. I don't care. I know it's wrong, but so the jock will come out of the bedroom door. He is in his boxers and carrying a broken lamp. And he's taking a swing at the preppy girl.
Wait, what's he doing?
He's taking a swing at the preppy girl with a broken lamp, wearing nothing but his boxers, and the preppy girl is wearing nothing but her underwear and bra.
And she's running out?
Yeah.
Well,
And he's basically running out after her carrying a broken lamp.
Time to beat a mofo.
well, if I know what Lillian's turn is going to comprise of.
Okay. He failed to hit. It's good for her. She will take off towards the stairs. Because she is scared as fuck. Next up is Eric.
I'm gonna hit the dude.
Run upstairs and hit the dude
Hit the
The
dude.
great sword?
With a great sword.
with a great sword.
Look, why you gotta question it? Yes, it wasn't the best idea, but it was all he had in his bag. It was either the greatsword or a little bitty knife. Like,
Roll the hit.
can talk to him about his weapon choices later. Damn. Would my specialty in bladed weapons apply?
Yes.
He's gonna catch these hands. He's gonna catch these edges, actually. Shit.
Okay, so 7 successes roll over.
Yeah, and it's strength plus 6 for a greatsword, so.
Well, homeboy might be super dead.
You mean 3 plus 13?
No, greatsword is. I thought greatsword was only strength plus 6.
Yeah,
He's acting
you got
against.
7 roll over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Eh.
She ain't even rolled that lethal yet. Shit.
Working on it, sorry.
Roll that beam footage.
She's about to make somebody into Play-Doh.
7 lethal. Well, actually, no, there's a 1 in there, so it's 8.
I don't. Yeah.
So you get a nice good cleave through him. Literally through him.
Yeah, I think the 8 lethal. Homeboy's like super dead. Unless he has some shit going on. Huh?
Homeboy's super dead. He doesn't have lethal soak.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna take a few steps back.
So we're also no longer in initiative because we're no longer in initiative.
Hold on, let me check my PTSD flaw. See what happened.
I take it he offended your great ancestors there.
Blood is spewing everywhere.
I'm sorry.
I just step over the body. Into the room and say, it kind of looks like one of those calves I dissected.
Oh no, he had out of the room after the girl.
Son, I don't think there's anything cat-like about that.
Look,
You may need to get your eyes checked there.
Not
I
cat,
just-
calf.
I just murdered a dude, and what you just said was fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty.
You don't know. That is a human. Respect that life that was just lost. Do not go around saying it looks like a fucking calf.
I turn back to her as I try and step into the room and say,
Yeah, and the preppy girl would have ran down the stairs screaming.
I pull out my phone and start dialing 911.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
it's that or start panicking.
And I'll make my way back downstairs.
Eric will clean his blade off and then kind of stand beside the dude and start saying something in Welsh. You guys can probably guess it's like prayer.
As for me, Chris, I'm going to try and explore the room to see if anything's out of the ordinary.
You'll notice a handful of the wrappers, like 7 of them in the room.
Do I find his pants?
Yeah, you'll find his pants and his shirt and her pants and her shirt and her
I dig through his pockets to try and find his wallet before opening it and looking for his student ID.
Yeah, you'll manage to find his student ID. we're gonna go with Jacob Johnson. Yeah, Jacob Johnson sounds good.
So I come back to the door and I'm holding his effects, and Robert is not looking at the body. He's making efforts to not look at the body at all. And he says, apparently this was Jacob, whatever his last name was. Johnson.
Out of character, Chris, Sky was going downstairs to check on everything that was going on downstairs, to check to see if the girl was all right.
Lillian's coming too because she cannot deal with the situation right now, so she wants to be far away from it.
Yes. So, so as she had ran downstairs, obviously a girl in her panties and bra screaming attracts a lot of attention. You don't say. So when y'all come down, there be a large crowd around her. Because screaming women attract a lot of attention. But if y'all want to get to her, y'all can.
Lillian's getting to her. She's very visibly shaking. And it looks like she's mouthing something to herself.
Yeah, Sky is pretty much following Lillian at this point because, he just has no words for, what he just saw.
Yeah, I think they're both pretty, no.
Welcome
Well,
to Euthanatosville.
A couple of the faculty that was in running when they heard her screaming coming downstairs would keep Sky away, but would allow Lillian because she's a member of the faculty. So there's nothing wrong with faculty allowing faculty near someone during a crisis.
Okay. What she's actually going to do is, since they're both pretty fucked up right now, and to be honest, Sky's kind of keeping her grounded at the moment, she'll turn to Sky, and she'll kind of cup his hand, his face in her hands, and she'll say, "Oh, I'm going to be right back, okay? I'm just going to be right there. I'm right with you, okay?"
He'll just nod.
And
he looks obviously really scared.
And she's gonna go and check up on the girl. Probably remove her jacket so that way she can cover herself with something if that hasn't already happened.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She'll take the jacket. And she'll still be kind of panicking and crying and stressed out.
So Chris, Rob would go back into the room, pick up the purse and the female clothes, and go back downstairs. He would leave the wallet on the bed. And since you want to stop me, I guess he would go up to the girl and offer her her clothes and purse.
Which one of the faculty that's trying to keep students and everything away will, take the stuff and give them to to the preppy girl and Lillian. Well,
I'll tap a staff member on the shoulder, one of the males, and say, don't let anybody upstairs. You can let people down, just don't let anybody upstairs. There seems to be a situation up there. Have the police been called?
I believe I just got off the line with him.
Oh, thank you.
Unless I am mistaken, Chris.
yeah, you did.
Okay, well, thank you for that. But yes, don't let anybody upstairs.
So I guess the couple of the faculty would go to keep people from going upstairs. Well, one will go upstairs and see what the hell.
Oh, and can I get the person who runs this house, please? Is he around?
Well, the person that runs the house would probably be the person who would go upstairs to see what the fuck is going on.
If he tries to do that, I would stop him. Assuming I can catch him in time.
Yeah.
I would say, don't go up there. Why don't you go ahead and take a seat. After this is all said and done, you're going to need a cleaning crew, a professional cleaner.
Why?
I'll let the police fill you in on it as things come to light. But as for now, expect blood.
Okay, so
Understatement of the century there.
yeah. Okay, so after a couple minutes, the girl would have calmed down and she'd ask Lillian if she could help her to one of the restrooms so she can go change into her clothes.
Yeah, Lillian's got her. The whole time she'll just kind of be talking to her, letting her know that everything's gonna be okay now, and that we've got her now, and that she's safe. Meanwhile, she's still visibly shaking, and really, look, she ain't doing the best either.
Yeah,
she done seen some shit.
Okay, so yeah.
To what make you?
Say what?
I'm asking the young lady what.
You're cutting in and out, Butler.
Yeah. Yeah, you're cutting in and out pretty bad, Butler.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I asked the young lady what exactly happened there to make her come screaming down in her skivvies.
Lillian would probably say give her a couple of minutes though. She's still calming down, okay?
And after she gets dressed, she'll come back out and, you know, still be breathing, you know, fairly hard and fast.
All right. Hold your breath. Hold it and take a nice deep one. Think about somewhere, anywhere you'd rather be, and slowly release it. Now do it again. And again. Now you need to say what happened. I understand this is a traumatic event, but it's only going to get more stressful as the night goes on, and you need to calm down and get ready to tell people.
Well, we went upstairs, and after a while, he had grabbed the lamp beside the bed and smashed it on the bedside table, and then came after me with it.
So he suddenly went very angry and just lost his control and composure entirely.
Yeah.
All right. I will get her a bottle of water and leave her be.
Yeah, she'll take a bottle of water, barely sip on it. So about this point, the Coopers would arrive with lights on, sirens on, and multiple squad cars.
Hey, Chris, a little before this point, I would also tell the staff to not let anybody leave.
Okay. Yeah, and so the police will come in. Several of them will be heading upstairs.
I would stop them before they got up. I wouldn't stop them. I would flag them before they actually started making their way upstairs.
And most of them are still gonna head upstairs, but you know, one will peel off.
Hey, I happen to know a little bit about what's going on here. If you have time to talk.
What do you know?
Apparently, there were some people that came in and put spiked candy in the general bowl. And I'll pull out a can purple candy out of my pocket and show it to him. I had just got back from running a few tests on this candy, and there's something in it that I can't identify. When I went upstairs to go to the bathroom, this person, I would say his name, Jacob, came rushing out of this room with a broken lamp and tried to assault a girl. When I went into the room to try and collect this girl's possessions, I saw that they had eaten quite a bit of candy. If it's possible, you're going to need to run blood test on everybody here. I know it might take some time, but we could probably use the chemistry or biology labs here on campus to see if anybody else has been affected by this candy. Also, I did go through the guy's pockets and found out that his name is Jacob, whatever his last name is, Jacob Johnson, to see if he wasn't, to see if he was a student or not. Also, point of note, somebody I know that came to the party had just gotten back from practicing with their swordplay, and they sort of panicked. And well, I'll let you
Eviscerated
guys.
a poor bastard for being high, and stonedly attacking a lady.
I'll give Butler's character a stony look.
I mean, stoned or not, that's unacceptable behavior. But that is what happened.
But yes, officer, as far as I know, the person just panicked whenever he saw the girl run out of the room and the guy charge after her with a broken lamp.
And who was this friend's name?
Not a friend, just somebody I met once before. I didn't quite catch their name.
I believe their name is Eric.
Anything else you can tell me? What did he look like? Height, blah, blah, blah.
Who looked like?
The Eric?
As to my knowledge, he should still be upstairs.
Oh, take a step away and talk into his walkie. Where he'll ask if there's anyone upstairs, and if so, to keep them round up, and to be looking for one by the name of Eric, who should be armed with a sword.
Officer, I know it's not particularly your field, but do you know what will happen to this Eric folk? As I said, he kind of just panicked.
Not allowed to make any statements.
Of course not. But if you can get if somebody can get the blood work of these other students and people here, that would be great. It would allow us to figure out if anybody else has been affected by this candy that's been spiked.
Right.
If it's any consolation, I don't think this Eric guy is related to the incident of placing the candy.
That said, though, I may be able to find a little bit more on who placed the candy, if you're open to it.
Any leads would be helpful.
There is a rudimentary camera system in this house, and I believe it does point to the entrances. I had been asking around about the strange candy because it wasn't something I recognized, and it was a bit odd. So, if I could get to the, we could either get permission from the fraternity, or I can just, I can access the system personally.
I will get them from the fraternity.
Hey, wasn't there any more information you mentioned? Damn it, I forgot your name, Tim.
Lillian?
Lillian.
Not that I can think of right now. If there's anything else, I'll definitely pass it along.
Didn't you mention the guys were in their mid-30s wearing black suits, right?
Yeah.
Sky kind of gives Lillian a hug, like arm over the shoulder and everything.
Yeah, she gonna hug Aaron back.
So they were mid-30.
Yeah, this is hearsay from what I had asked around about.
You should take this piece of candy back to forensics so they can take a stab at it. And I'll hand them the piece of candy.
Is anybody acting strange now? The ones who were taking the candy.
Mostly the only thing they seem to be doing is still just like getting occasionally distracted by the lights, but they're mostly paying attention to even them, they're still tending to pay a lot of attention to the cops and what the hell is going on. Okay. So if anyone else has anything they want to say to the cops, do so now, or I'm going to call it a scene as well.
Sky's just super quiet.
Yep.
I'll just leave.
Okay. So
Shit.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Have a good night and hit that button.